Biologists who study bees have known for a while that forager bees can find food in the wild and tell others in the hive where it is. The language they use is a dance called a waggle, performed here by a bee with the red dot. Whatever it's called, it conveys to other bees the direction and the distance to the food.
This is the most sophisticated example of animal communication that we know of, because the bees are actually telling each other where to go to find resources.
In its dance, the bee points her head in the direction of the food. The length of time she waggles her abdomen indicates how far away it is. All forager bees are female. UC San Diego biology professor James Nye wanted to find out whether this remarkable behavior, this language, was instinctual or learned. So he created an experimental colony where young bees were isolated from older ones.
In the experimental colonies, because of how this works, they could never observe other bees waggle dancing. And that's because everybody was the same age.
Those isolated juvenile bees would later make a lot of mistakes in their waggle dancing. In fact, they never really learned how to communicate the distance to the food. Nye says this shows that the bees' communicative behavior is not only instinctual, it has to be learned. The use of the language allows them to quickly adapt to the different environments they have to live in.
Passing that information to the next generation of foragers and dancers could be helpful and a much faster way to adapt to different situations than having it genetically encoded.
He says transmitting useful behaviors genetically through evolution would take an awful lot longer, even in the case of honeybees who only live for about 40 days. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.